Good morning and welcome. I'm Kristin Sutter. I'm a trauma center, trauma sensitive yoga facilitator, and I'm here in the dance studio at HIR Wellness Institute in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And if you're not already familiar, HIR Wellness Institute is a beautiful organization that offers mental health and wellness services for Indigenous communities and underserved communities. So today with me is Xavier Smart. He is the CARES counselor for HIR Wellness Institute. So you'll see Xavier posting some comments and information in the comment section. So the CARES counselor, he handles the CARES line, which is like a hotline that anyone can call if you're having any need for support for mental health services or other services. So Xavier will be with us throughout our time together today to answer any of your questions, and if anything's coming up for you during the session, he's somebody that you can talk about any concerns with. And then today we're going to go through just a gentle yoga practice in the TCTSY style. So TCTSY stands for Trauma Center, Trauma Sensitive Yoga. And it's a style of yoga that was designed to help people address what happens to our minds and bodies when we experience trauma in relationships. And if you'd like to know more about that and the science behind it, please feel free to check out any of the earlier Facebook Live sessions that are on the HIR Wellness Institute Facebook page. If you scroll through past episodes, you'll see like some explanation of what goes into this style of yoga. Today we'll do a practice, and then will be a little bit of time for questions at the end if you have any questions. The other cool thing to know is that after this Facebook Live session, which happens at 10 a.m. every Sunday, there's a private group class on Zoom, and anyone is welcome to register for that. And for the private group Zoom class, the idea really is like, with this COVID thing, like we're wanting to figure out how to come together in community while being safe. So in the Zoom session, you'd be able to see me on video, and then it's your choice if you'd want your video on or off during the session. So some people like the idea of coming together with other people to practice yoga. So you might know that everyone else is there and you can see anyone who's turned their video on, and it's always your choice if you'd like your video on or off. So that's every Sunday at 10:45, and that's a 45-minute yoga practice in this TCTSY style. And if you have any questions about setting up Zoom or anything like that, you can talk with us. So to register for those Zoom classes, you just send an email to Jamie Kellycutt, and she will get you signed up. And Xavier can help with any tech stuff too. So we'll get you signed up and set up with the tech if that's something you want to try. So all of the programming at HIR Wellness Institute is free of charge. And all the programming is designed to support people who are victims of crime. So if that applies to you, you'll see Xavier post a survey. And if you're able to fill out that survey, that's super helpful to us to be able to plan our programming in a way that best supports you. So again, I'm Kristin Sutter, and Xavier Smart is here with me today. And if you have any questions or concerns during the session, feel free to place those in the comment section. So in the past, when we've done these TCTSY sessions, we've been sitting on the bench or using a chair. I thought today we might try a really similar practice, but on the floor. So if you have a yoga mat, that'll work. Otherwise, a rug works, or if you have like a beach towel or a long blanket, anything that'll give you a little bit of just cushion. If you're like in here, we have hardwood floors, so that can be a little bit uncomfortable for your to sit on, or for your knees if we kneel. So feel free to take some time to grab a blanket or whatever you'd like to use as your space for your floor yoga practice today. And then if you have an additional blanket or a towel, that could be helpful if you want to sit on it. Whenever we do sitting shapes, sometimes it can be helpful to have something to sit on and give us a little bit of height. So that's an option. And sometimes we might be kneeling. So if we're kneeling, it can be helpful to have a blanket to kneel on as well. So feel free to take some time to find any of those supplies that you might need for practice today. And then whenever you're ready, whenever you've got your yoga space with your blanket or your towel or your mat or whatever works for you today arranged here, and maybe you found a blanket you'd like to sit on. It's also fine if you don't have a blanket to sit on. Maybe we could meet sitting on the floor. And then it's your choice here if you'd like to sit with your legs crossed, or you might sit with one foot out or both feet out. So it's your choice how you want to try sitting here. And you might rest your hands either on your legs or on the floor. So it's your choice where you want to rest your legs. Or it's your choice where you want to rest your hands. As we're here, maybe noticing where your body is in contact with the floor. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. And then if you'd like, maybe we could bring some movement to our shoulders. So one way to do that might be to bring both of your shoulders up at the same time and down at the same time. So maybe bringing both of your shoulders up at the same time and down at the same time. Another option might be to bring one shoulder up and down and then the other shoulder up and down. So it's your choice how you'd like to explore some movement in your shoulders here. Maybe noticing some sensation in your shoulders as you're moving. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet back in neutral, bringing our shoulders back to stillness. From here, if you'd like, we might try a twist. So one way to try that might be to bring your hands toward the ceiling. And when you're ready, maybe taking your left hand to the outside of your right leg. So that works if your legs are crossed, or if you have one leg out, or both legs out. So maybe taking your left hand to the outside of your right leg. And then for your right hand, it's your choice if you'd like to place your right hand on the floor at your side or maybe toward your back. So your choice where you want to place your right hand on the floor here. If it's useful to you in this space, you might lengthen your spine. And then as you rotate to your right, it's your choice if you'd like to rotate in whatever way feels natural to you, or you might rotate first from your belly button and then from your sternum. So it's your choice how you want to try rotating here. Maybe noticing here if your breath is moving. And then whenever you're ready, unwinding, maybe bringing your hands to the ceiling, and in your own time, maybe rotating to your left. If it works for you, you might take your right hand to the outside of your left leg, and that might work even if your leg is out straight, either bent or straight. And then it's your choice where you place your left hand on the floor. So you might place your left hand on the floor at your side or toward your back. if it's useful, maybe lengthening your spine here. So as you rotate toward your left, you might notice some sensation across the top of your shoulders. Maybe noticing some sensation in your middle back. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. Whenever you're ready, unwinding, if you like, bringing your hands toward the ceiling. And in your own time, maybe bringing your hands together in front of your heart. From here, I thought we'd make our way to our hands and knees. So if you'd like to have a little extra like cushion under your knees, feel free to place your blanket, folding it however many times you want. A towel also works here. If you don't have an additional blanket or towel, another trick might be to take whatever, if you have a mat or a blanket here, you can kind of hold the edges and then fold that over to get a little extra layers here to kneel on. So when you're ready, maybe we could meet on our hands and knees. And then in your own time, maybe lifting your chin and your sitting bones to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, maybe bringing your chin to your torso and rounding your spine. So I thought maybe we could alternate between these two shapes for a few rounds. Maybe moving between lifting your chin and your sitting bones to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, maybe bringing your chin to your torso and rounding your spine. So as we move between these two shapes, it's your choice how big or small you want to make the movements. And it's your choice how fast or slow you move here. Maybe noticing some sensation in the space between your shoulder blades. Maybe noticing some sensation in your lower back. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet with our spines back in neutral. And then from here, if you'd like, maybe taking your big toes together, stepping your knees as wide as you'd like. So it's your choice how wide you step your knees here. When you're ready, maybe sitting back toward your heels. And then you have a couple choices here. So one option might be to bring your forehead to the floor and maybe reaching your arms along your mat above your head. Or another possibility might be to stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. So it's your choice, maybe resting your forehead on the floor with your arms resting on the floor above your head. Or you might stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. So maybe choosing whichever one you want to try here. In this shape, you might notice some sensation in your hips. Maybe noticing where your body is in contact with the floor. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. And then when you're ready, maybe we could meet with our arms reaching along the floor above our heads. And then in your own time here, maybe walking your hands to the right. So how far you walk your hands to the right is your choice. Maybe walking your hands to the right here. As you're in this shape, you might notice some sensation along your left side. Maybe noticing some sensation in your lower back. Be noticing if your breath is moving. And then whenever you're ready, maybe walking your hands back to the center. If you'd like, maybe taking a few breaths here in the center. And then whenever you're ready, walking your hands to the left. It's your choice how far you walk your hands to the left. And you might notice a difference between your left and right sides. So you might make some different choices over here. So as you walk your hands to the left, you might notice some sensation along your right side. Maybe noticing some sensation in your shoulders. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. Feel free to hang out there for as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet back in the center, maybe for a few more breaths here. And then in your own time, maybe walking your hands toward your knees, bringing your spine back to vertical. And when you're ready, bringing your feet out in front. So now might be a good time if you did fold your mat or your blanket, feel free to unfold it. So for this next shape, I'm thinking we'll come back to sitting. So if you'd like, you might bring your blanket back if you want something to sit on here. You can always adjust the height of your blanket. So if you want less height, you could unfold it. More height, you can fold it more times. So you can always adjust for that to see what feels right for you today. So when you're ready here, maybe coming to sit with your feet straight out in front. Feel free to adjust your blanket at all. So with your feet straight out in front, maybe we'll explore a bit of a forward fold here. So when you're ready, maybe bringing your hands to the ceiling. And in your own time, folding forward. It's your choice how far you fold. When you fold it as far as you want to fold, maybe bringing your hands to the floor. So the distance, like the angle of your fold, that's your choice how far you want to fold here. You can always adjust at any time for any reason. So some people like to fold with like a straight spine. Other people like to fold with a rounded spine. So feel free to try whichever way you want to explore. Folding either with a straight spine or with a rounded spine. If you're not sure which one you want to do, feel free to try both and see which one might feel different to you. So you might see which one feels in a way that you want to experience today. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet with our spines back in vertical. From here, if you'd like, bringing your feet flat on the floor and your knees up to the ceiling. And then for this next part, couple options for the next shape. So one option might be to bring your hands behind you. And then the other option might be to bring your hands under your knees with like your palms facing up or your thumbs facing up. Maybe bringing your hands under your knees with your thumbs facing up. So it's your choice, either bringing your hands behind you or bringing your hands under your knees with your thumbs up. So in this shape, if it's useful, you might lengthen your spine here. And then one option might be to lift your heels here off the floor with your toes on the floor, maybe lifting your heels off the floor. Another option might be to lift one leg and lower, lift one leg and lower. Maybe alternating between kind of bicycling your legs here. That's another option. Another possibility might be to bring both of your legs up at the same time. So as you explore here, you might notice some sensation in your core muscles, maybe noticing some sensation along the muscles, along like the inseam of your leg. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet with our feet flat on the floor, knees up to the ceiling. And then in your own time, maybe moving your knees to the floor so that your right knee is moving to the floor on your right side, your left knee is moving to the floor on your left. If it works here, you might bring the soles of your feet together. And then it's your choice how close your heels are to you. So you might bring your heels closer, you might move your heels farther. It's your choice where you want to place your heels in this shape. And then some people like to bring their hands to their shins, or you might rest your hands on the floor behind you here. So it's your choice how you want to orient your hands. One option for exploring in this shape is to explore with a vertical spine. Another possibility here is to fold forward. So it's your choice how you want to explore here. Maybe exploring with basically sitting up straight with a vertical spine, or maybe folding forward. No matter what you choose here, you might notice some sensation in your hips. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. And then whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet with our spines vertical. In your own time, maybe extending your legs straight out in front of you again. And then from here, when you're ready, bringing your right knee toward the ceiling. In your own time, reaching your right hand to the ceiling. As you're ready, wrapping your right arm around your right knee. Maybe rotating toward your left. So here, as you rotate to the left, it's your choice if you'd like to place your left hand on the floor at your side or toward your back. So here you might notice some sensation in your middle back. Maybe noticing some sensation across your shoulders. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. Whenever you're ready, unwinding, coming back to the center. And in your own time, extending your right leg long. And then if you'd like to try that on the other side, bringing your left knee to the ceiling. When you're ready, reaching your left hand to the ceiling, maybe wrapping your left arm around your left knee. And as you rotate to the right, it's your choice if you'd like to place your right hand on the floor at your side or toward your back. Maybe lengthening your spine here if that's useful. Might notice some sensation across the top of your shoulders. Might notice some core muscles activating here. Be noticing if your breath is moving. And then whenever you're ready, unwinding, coming back to the center. And in your own time, maybe extending your left leg straight. From here, I thought we'd make our way into the resting sequence that we do at the end of each yoga session. So for that, I'm just going to rotate here so I can face you, but feel free to stay just as you are. Whatever orientation in the room or in your space works for you. So for this resting sequence, feel free to come into whatever shape feels most restful for you. Some people like to lie down, some people like to sit. If you are sitting, feel free to either lean against something or sit in a chair, or you might stay just as you are. It's your choice how you want to rest. If you do choose to lay down, feel free to lay in whatever shape feels restful for you. So as we're here, maybe noticing the support of any surfaces below you. Maybe noticing if your breath is moving. If you'd like, you might allow the soles of your feet and the palms of your hand to feel soft. Maybe taking a breath into the lowest part of your abdomen. And whenever you're ready, exhaling. Maybe taking a breath into the space under your ribs. Whenever you're ready, exhaling. If you'd like, taking a breath into the space around your heart. Whenever you're ready, exhaling. Maybe resting your tongue on the bottom of your mouth. If you'd like, allowing the skin on your forehead and your jaw to soften toward the floor. Maybe allowing your eyes to soften and your inner ears to soften. So we'll rest quietly here for just a few moments. You can always adjust at any time for any reason. And either you can come out of the shape on your own, or in just a few moments, I'll guide us out. Whenever you're ready, maybe bringing small movements into your fingers and toes. If you'd like, maybe rotating your wrists. And then if there's any way of moving that feels left unfinished, feel free to move in any way you like right now. Any kind of waking up stretch. Whenever you're ready, maybe we could meet in sitting. If you'd like, making your way to sitting if you're not there already. If you'd like, bringing your hands together in front of your heart. In gratitude for our practice together today. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, feel free to put those in the comments section. Just check in with Xavier quick to see if anyone, no questions. Okay, so if you think of anything later, feel free to put it there. We'll look. Or you can send a direct message, send a message to the HIR Wellness Institute in Messenger. So we'll be here again Sunday at 10 a.m. For this Facebook Live. And then if you're interested in joining the private Zoom sessions, all you need to do is send an email to Jamie Kellycutt to register for that. And those are free as well. And those are Sundays at 10:45. And that's a 45-minute practice. So thank you again. Have a wonderful week.